Alright, this is Brother Mikey. You guys on YouTube in this energy science forums, in the energetic form. Here is my cap dump. I'm knocking it around the big battery in the basement, both of them, at 30 amp pulses, maybe once a second. And if we can move the camera real slow and look up on here on this side, I got it mounted now. Let me back up a little. You see the yellow meter there. I'm going to show you some temperature. I'm going to do some temperature probing on the 6 parts. The fan just shut off, which is kind of noisy, so when it kicks on, it's all mounted here now. And I got my supervisor temperature switch right here, and it's all mounted. It's got a little clip right here on it to hold the bulb up under there. Maybe you can still see the bulb up under there with a clip on it. Let me turn this other light on too and get some more light going here. You can see that bulb under there, the top of the heat sink with a clip on it, and then the 3 parts on this side. And also we have 2 sets of cabling, one here on the right side and one there. That's the collector, and this is the emitter, and they go to the battery and to the cap bank. Same thing on this side. Ignore the orange wire. This one is the collector on the left hand side, and the black one is the emitter. So I have 2 sets of cables instead of 1, because I have 3 on each side. And you see if we can see the 3 under there. You can probably see the 3 up under there. There they are. So what I want to do is show you it pulsing. I soldered 6 of them in a couple days ago and got it running last night I mean, and been charging this bank ever since. Let's do a little volt reading first, and then we'll do the and I gotta get to work, guys, but I can't wait another day. Here goes the fan. It's going to be noisy. Alright, let's get a volt reading on there. See if we can set this down on my knee here, and we'll go up here to the to the battery. Now the battery is at here, let's get that. See the fan running up there? It's all mounted. It's a mess right now, but it's not, it's not permanent the way it is. I'm just getting it pretty darn close, and I'll redo those cabling to fit inside there more compactly. That's just stuff I had sitting around for testing. And there's the big bank, and then here is what the battery says. It's on a very small amount of power for huge batteries. You'll see it kick up to 28 volts. Which I don't want it to boil all day. I just want it to get slapped around all day without boiling it, and I want that material to grow on that battery. So, and it does do the job, I'll tell you. Pulsing a battery all day, you're not getting over unity when you're pulsing a battery and conditioning. You're changing the battery at that point. Now later you're going to reap the benefits of it. Well, what I'm doing here is I'm conditioning a battery, and a big one, big battery. Okay, so now you can see the room temperature, or maybe you can. That's too much light. 76 degrees, 0.2 is room temperature. My probe is just hanging down here. It's one of those little silly meter probes, nothing highly advanced, although really 30 years ago they would have considered that state of the art. Alright, so here it is. Here's my little probe. It's just a tiny little button on the end of a wire. Now here's some of my parts over here, my devices. So I'm going to reach up in there and show you. Okay, I got it setting on, we'll call this number 1 here, and as soon as I get it set in there, I don't know if you can see me doing that or not, but there, it's on there. Now let's go to the meter. See the meter? The meter is going up. 86, 85. Well, that's because 82. That's because the fan's on. The fan goes off, and I keep moving it too. Let me get it on there. Now it's going back up. I got it on there. Alright, it's like 88 with the fan running. Now the fan goes off, it's going to go up a little, and we'll just let it. Now we'll go to the next one. Here's the next one in the lineup, if you can see that. It's part number 2, and so on. Oh, hang on a second, we lost my meter. These meters are a lot of fun. They save power though, I'll tell you. They keep you from having to replace your battery every 5 minutes. There's part number 2. If I can get it on there without getting electrocuted, right? 88. It's up there pretty good. I pull it off, you'll see it move down. Here's the third part. What I'm trying to show you is it's all pretty equal. Here's the third part climbing back up. Alright. 88, 89. Uh-oh. They're all getting elevated. Now I'll go to part number 1 and I'll show you. See, all of them are a lot warmer now because the fan's off. They're all going up to like 89, 90. 88. I'll go back over to that third one. Thing is, I got a fan running over here too. It's blowing on the heatsink, so it's hard to tell exactly which one might be a little warmer than the other. I guess that's significant though. Now let's go to the other side. If you have one part warmer than the other, I understand. Here is the. I don't know if I can show you this or not with this probe. Is difficult. Can you? No, 86. I'm shadowing the thing now. Hang on. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to move that meter somewhere. The question is where. Put it right here for a minute maybe. And get this light changed. Alright, now let me get around this other side. Maybe you can see it. We'll get up in here, and now the fan's off again. This is difficult to hold it with really steady for me. And there it's 89, 90. You'll see it. What I'm trying to show you is all these parts are all about the same temperature on both sides. No matter which side it's on, they're about 89 or 90. Until the fan comes on, of course, and then that'll drop down a few degrees. And we can go, that's room right there, temperature. And then I got it laying on the number 1 part again. And it's going up to 85, 6. It's climbing up there, but it's backed off from 90 with the fan running. And the fan just runs and runs for a couple of minutes and shuts off. So nice and pretty. Maintains it no higher than 89 or 90, which is nice. I can take off now. Okay, so I just want to show you guys an update that this thing is banging away. And here's my, I've got my resistor to 6 ohms. Sometimes I go to 3 ohms. I can put that on there and get 3 ohms by the breaker, by the little resistor can, well, the big one. Now let's look down here. Can you see down here? See the meter moving? Just barely going up and down and charging, right? Let me get you some more light there, and we can see the meters better. Maybe too good now, huh? But, there it is. See the meter on the power supply? It's going up to maybe as high as 6 or 7, and it doesn't quite fully charge the bank all the way down to about 1 amp before it strikes again. So I have to arrive at some sort of an average for amp draw, but when I'm pulsing slow I want my resistance higher so I don't have dramatic swings. I won't have this thing going all the way, pegging the needle and moving so radically. But look what I'm getting on here. I'm getting a real nice pulse. That's way better. I got twice, maybe 3 times as much more leg room with this, with a double set of parts. Before trying to fight this battle, my stance was compromised with three parts. I couldn't fight this battle with 3 parts. Now I got 6 devices, and I'm going to keep going up. And all I'm using is this 5-5 timer circuit. And I'll go ahead and zero in on it again. See it there? Got that 5-5 timer with the opto isolator there, and then I also added an extra power transistor right here. Now that power transistor lets me drive more FETs. Well, it's a little higher power. There's no heat to it at all, but it's got more driving force than a opto, especially when you're trying to fire gates of 6 MOSFETs, right? So I got a little transistor on there. I don't like these wipers. When I go to adjust it, it messes with, sometimes I'll reach a point on these duty cycle and frequency, and it will, all of a sudden it'll just fail on me. I don't know if the wipers are bad or if I've reached impedance points or something. So I'm tempted to just find out those resistance values on this adjustable circuit and make some fixed switch position switches so that it's right on every time when I run it for high, low, medium, like that, instead of having it going all over the place. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a high, medium, and low. Then I'll have probably have some old-fashioned circuitry to switch between high, medium, and low with just simple voltage sensing circuitry. You can build real easy with. You can build it all with 5-5 timers. Well, that's my update. I'm back in the saddle. I've got my switch on the wall over here. You'll see it. It's been jumped over. See the orange wire? It's been jumped over between the two. So I put my charge wires on each side, so I got the whole 24 volts. And of course I got an inverter here I installed lately. This is just one of my small inverters on the wall up there. And I got a bigger one, but this is really all I need for what I'm doing. Alright, that's my update. I gotta, like all the rest of you guys, we gotta get to work and do our regular day jobs, but it's I'm really getting high on learning all this stuff, and it's really my favorite discussion right now, so I can pulse charge batteries and move up in understanding, thanks to the guys on the forums. You know, they're adding input about what they've learned in the past from some of these inventors like John Bedini. So I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'll see you again.